That's Prince Harry and Meghan, along with her mother, leaving a Manhattan awards ceremony and climbing into a black SUV last night.
A lot of the paparazzi were heckling Meghan and Harry and making just negative comments, trying to get a reaction out of them.
Police, who had been assisting the Sussex's security squad, say their trip home was challenging, confirming 2 of their officers could have been hurt, but no collisions, injuries or arrests were made.
It's clear that the press, paparazzis, they want to get the right shot, they want to get the right story.
But according to Harry and Meghan, the journey was near catastrophic. The pair subjected to a relentless pursuit by a ring of highly aggressive paparazzi for over 2 hours with multiple near collisions.
I would find it hard to believe that there was a 2-hour high-speed chase. But if it's 10 minutes, a 10-minute chase is extremely dangerous in New York City.
In an attempt to shake the paps, the pair circled the venue for around an hour, even switching to a yellow cab.
Guys, let's get some space, okay?
Witnesses describe a wild scene as photographers on motorbikes and scooters drove on the sidewalk, causing pedestrians to scatter.
The comparison's impossible to ignore.
I don't think there's many of us who don't recall how his mom died.
I don't want history to repeat itself. I do not want to be a single dad.
Harry currently has 5 different legal cases against the British press on the go and is trying to sue the government for refusing to let him pay for his own police protection while he's in the UK.
I think this is complete fabrication, a PR exercise to say, hey, look at us, we're vulnerable, we are in danger, and when we come to England, we need security. I think that's what it's all about.
And the Paps have hit back, claiming it was the Prince's security detail who were driving recklessly. So, was this a relentless paparazzi pursuit or a dramatic PR stunt?
The drama. Sunny Singh was the cab driver who picked up Harry and Meghan on the night of the chase, and he joins us now from that very cab. Wow. Hey, Sunny, you were just minding your own business when Harry and Megs jumped in the back of your cab. Talk us through what happened.
Nothing. One of the guys wearing a suit hails me and says, hey, listen, are you empty? I go, of course. And he goes, you need a fare? I was like, all right. And they told me to pull to the side. I pulled to the side. 3 people hopped in the back. It was Harry, Meghan, and some other lady, a woman with them as well. And we drove. They told me to go straight. And as I'm going straight, there was a garbage truck in front blocking us. And now all of a sudden, flashes, people taking pictures, about 6 paparazzis came out of nowhere. And as when the truck moved, they just told me to circle back to the precinct, and I circled back to the precinct. I mean, there were paparazzi still behind us, but, there was no chase with me. Maybe it happened earlier on the day with them, but with me, there was no chase.
And what was their vibe like?
They were nervous. I think that they were nervous. They probably went through a big ordeal. I mean, before me, because after that, I read on the news that they had a 2-hour chase with the paparazzis.
Well, this is the thing. The paparazzi are disputing the Prince's claims that the incident was near catastrophic. So what do you think?
No, not with me. Not with,
right.
I mean, not with me. I mean, with me, they were following us, but they kept their distance. But I think, everybody's emotions are different. Prince Harry went through this with his mom, when his mom was chased by paparazzis. So, his emotions are different than everybody else's. So,
Sunny, you've been a cabbie for a while. Is it possible to have a high-speed chase in Manhattan?
Every corner we turned, there was a red light. So there's no way, unless you're going down an avenue, and which we were now. We just went down a couple of blocks, and Park Avenue, the lights are not synchronized, so there's no way to have a high-speed chase.
But you did say that you did see some paparazzi, right? So was your heart in your throat at any time?
Not so much for me, So I drive in chaos all day long, so it wasn't too hectic for me,
I want to talk business. Did they pay you for the trip?
Oh. Yeah. They were very generous. They were good, They asked my name. The fare was $17.80. They gave me $50, more than enough. 10, 15 minutes of drive,
Did Harry mention his dad at all?
No, we didn't go that deep into the conversation.
Okay, right.
They were nervous. they had these faces, you know, so I didn't ask too much, you know. In New York, you don't know who you're gonna pick up, you know, you never know who you're gonna pick up. So this one happened to be more public than the other ones, you know. I had a lot of famous people. This one became more public, you know.
All right, Sonny, well, next time we're in Manhattan, we might look you up.
Yeah. We're not famous enough to
Yeah,
get
no,
in his
just
cab.
look for the medallion number, 5F32.
You've had a huge day, Sonny. Hey, thanks so much for your time.
Oh, thank you, guys. You guys have a good day, huh?
What a scoop to get Sonny.
I can't
Unbelievable.
get enough of the very little that he knows.
I wanted to ask what Prince Harry smells like, what sort of cologne he was wearing.
You know what he
I
smells
want
like?
details.
If he's near his wife, he smells like anxiety. And I don't want to say something flaccid, but there's not. He's like, he's very diminished, I think, in her presence.
Oh, I think he's just wanting to protect his. Well, actually, he said in the piece that if anything ever happens, he'll be okay, but it'll probably end up. It'll be Meghan that goes.
How was his prediction? I don't want history to repeat itself. I don't want to be single dad. So what? So I'm going to be all right, but it's curtains for her. And it's like a strange thing to project for your wife.
I think it just goes to show just how deep the trauma is with Prince Harry and his mum. I don't think you can ever shake that
I think they
off.
encourage the trauma in each other. You heard what Sonny said was going on in the back of the cab. They were anxious with each other, and everyone else was like, there was nothing going on.
If there are going to be paparazzi there, I mean, that you have to give him, that he would have to have some memories of his mum. You know, that's where it would go, being in a car with the paparazzi. Do I think that Sonny may be onto something in that every single street has a red light? Yes, so maybe not possible to have
But
a super
also,
high-speed chase.
is it possible he could have chosen a life in which he would not be followed by the paparazzi? They had a
Possibly.
very quiet 18 months.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
true.